little backstory. When I first got that first duplex that I bought, if you showed up with the cash for the rent and the first month deposit, I just let you in, man. All of a sudden you have $1,000 cash in your hand. That's kind of nice, right? Now you could walk up to me today with $1,000 cash and 3 months of rent, and you're not getting until I run a background check, and that's a way better system than what I started. So you learn as you go, and I've learned a lot over 20 years. And
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is a lifelong Nebraska native, runs a golf course, loves golf, and invests in long-term rentals, including several duplexes, flips, and an 11-unit property. Please welcome John Story. John, welcome to the show.
all right, thanks for having me.
I always like to start off at the top, John, by asking folks how they got into the real estate space.
Oh, I was like I work in the golf course and take care of that, and so I have time in the winter up here because it snows, and so in the winter I would start buying a house, buy a house and fix it up and rent it, and I just did that probably half a dozen winters in a row, and built up some equity, and then started flipping a few, and just kind of progressed from there.
Do you have family or friends or connections that were involved in the real estate space, or how did you say, hey, this is a path that I want to invest time and energy into?
I'd been interested in real estate forever and a day. My brother's actually a real estate agent in Omaha, but he's definitely more of the residential type of, not much on the commercial side or the rental side. But
Yeah.
but I've just always had a life in real estate. I really thought maybe I'd end up doing something around that when I got out of college, and here I am doing some other things instead. But it's worked out well. I enjoy it.
I always tell people this anecdote of I'm a newly licensed agent in Dallas. I got licensed in April or thereabouts of this year. But for 2 years prior to that, since 2023, I'd been working with investors as a wholesaler and just networking in that community. And I kind of thought in my head, like, oh, well, everyone who's in the real estate space must understand real estate investing, because doesn't everyone think the same? And no, not at all. I showed up to real estate classes and I was like the only one who was even remotely interested in like distressed real estate and foreclosures and pre-foreclosures and working with. In fact, I tell this to people, and I'm a real estate agent myself. So of course I am maybe biased in both directions, if you can be. But so many people said, oh man, investors are like, they're going to make low offers and this type of thing. And I was thinking, wow, I am that guy. I was the guy making the low offers. So it is kind of two different worlds, right?
Oh, for sure. I sent letters. I did that whole 9 yards, sent letters out, and I still do once in a while. I sent a letter to a guy on one of my first flips, and he gave it to his neighbor who wanted to sell. So, I mean, it worked out great. I got when I sent out like 10 letters and got a property, which is highly unusual. Usually it takes hundreds. But, yeah, I've been down a lot of those paths, and I just, like I said, ready to get something larger, bigger, more scalable.
Did you know from that first deal that you did, you mentioned kind of every other year looking at deals, that, hey, I'm going to build up a portfolio over time? Or was that first deal kind of just getting your feet wet and seeing what the game was like?
I'd say a little bit of both.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
I know that I like the retirement part of it. I mean, my thought at that time was buy 5 or 6 or 10 of these things and have them paid off in 20 years and just have that for retirement and be able to travel and do those kind of things. And then I ended up flipping some houses, as I said, buying a couple of, larger unit ones, and just kind of steamrolled from there. Where I'm at now, it's just kind of settled in, and I'm just looking to, like I said, scale up and get it bigger, get it larger, meet some new people, and move forward with some larger units.
And you're involved in multifamily, right? You have an 11-unit deal. We were talking before the podcast. You're a converted hospital, and you've got duplexes, triplexes. It sounds like you're involved in
And an 8-unit.
some flips, right? When you were going initially to where you are today, was the game plan always to scale and have acquisitions that were going to be larger units, or was that kind of a progression with time?
I'd say it's a progression. I think I started out with duplex, like I said, I do have the 8 and the 11, and that was kind of as large as I went. And I don't think I really understood I think I was afraid, I won't say afraid, but nervous about trying to raise capital, raise funds, other people's money, and that was probably the biggest thing, and at least hurdle in my brain that, how am I going to go ask XYZ for $300,000 to put toward this apartment deal? And so I finally got past that hurdle there a while back and trying to move forward that way.
I've had a lot of people on this show, John, a lot of folks who are in the capital raising space, specifically capital raising on Wall Street. And I kind of thought, well, that's a totally different world. But as we're seeing, there's more and more private equity going into just business acquisition, and real estate is among those. And so the advice and the feedback that was given to me, take it or leave it, right, was everybody should know what it is that you're doing. And if you're raising capital, everybody should know that you're raising capital. And I had a kind of similar thought. I was like, well, I'm looking at, land deals, or maybe an RV park, or maybe modular homes, because I'm in North Texas, so you've got a lot of land over here. And who's going to want to invest in that, right? And it turns out there's lots of people, and I'm sure you have the same experience, lots of people who maybe are sitting on some money, maybe have some savings, but they don't have the real estate knowledge. They can't go spend time sourcing the deals, talking to people, and so on and so forth. And, that's how kind of teamwork and capital gets raised, right?
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. And then that's probably what I lack more than anything, is just a big team, or, I got construction background. I've been the guy on my rentals. I'll change out a water heater or put a new flusher on the toilet, whatever, just basics, hang a drywall. I did a lot. That's how I got a lot of that, was through sweat equity back when I was younger. And that's kind of how I built up my portfolio that way. So yeah, getting those people that can scale up and want to do that is exactly what I need, for sure.
Did you grow up working as a contractor on houses?
No, just self-taught mostly. Well, I did build my own house when well, not entirely, I didn't frame it, but I did most of the work in my own house, the tile, the drywall, you name it. I did, painted it, everything, we did everything.
I tell
We
people
could.
this, I've done a couple demo jobs, and working for a flipper out here in DFW, and nothing will teach you more about what can go right and what can go wrong than demoing a home, because you'll take out the walls and you'll see there's mold, and you'll look underneath the subfloor, and now there's giant issues with the foundation, and then there's all different types of things, and then you start to see, well, this decade has these issues, and this decade has these wiring issues, and I've got to, I know that if I am doing homes in this decade, that I'm going to be comfortable with it because I've seen this type of home, or I'm only going to look at, brick homes, and so on and so forth. And I think it behooves all people who are starting out to at least do a couple of those, right?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Sure, that's how people get their feet wet. I mean, and if you're young, a lot of younger people don't have necessarily the funds to, or the know-how to go do that, but they can figure out how to hang a piece of drywall, or figure out how to fix a toilet or whatever. My issue is now I got to where why pay somebody $800 to put a hot water in when I can do it myself, in an hour and a half. So that's a really hard mindset thing for me to to get
Yeah.
over. So that's one of my biggest hurdles also, which I'm getting a lot better at delegating and hiring.
That's one of the things people talk about a lot on this show is this idea of, especially right now with AI, which seems to be so big in real estate. I'm a student, software engineering student outside of this, and there's almost more AI, John, in in real estate than there is in software engineering. If you believe that, it's hard to believe. But one of the things that I've seen is people are really focusing their kind of mental bandwidth on highest level tasks, the ones that require the greatest degree of problem solving, and the tasks that will really push their business forward, both creatively and then also maybe expanding into new areas. And I think about that, in my business and things that I've been able to delegate to AI and not have to worry about. Things as simple as like cash flow and budgeting and not having to figure out and write a whole new budget each time I have a new expense. It's nice to be able to do that. But I want to pivot a bit here, John, and ask you about this 11 unit deal. Maybe let's get a little bit granular, but don't give away all the gold. So 11 units, that's kind of an odd number of units, right? It's not a 3, 4, or 5. We're talking about 11. And how'd you find this deal and what was the process like?
Actually, that was one that my brother had came across and goes, "You probably like that." And I said, "Well, maybe." So we went and looked. I ended up buying it. Um, Needed a little work to get going. That's kind of my deal the whole time is do a little work to it and buy it a little cheaper, do a little work, make it worth more money, and then sell it or keep it or refinance it or just depending on the deal, obviously. So that's how we did it. And then I bought it and started working on it and started renting some out, and that's where we're at today with it.
And so you're in the long-term space. I know that there's so many different plays that people can look at. A lot of guests on this show are long-term. We have a lot of people in short-term, and I've had a couple people in like corporate housing mid-term. What for you makes you gel most with the long-term space, or what do you like best about long-term versus some of the other verticals that people can look at?
I would love to do vacation rentals. I always thought that would be a great thing to do, the short terms kind of stuff. My problem with it is I don't know everything I probably need to know about it for starters, but also I was always nervous about one or two bad reviews for something that out of
Yeah,
your control goes wrong, and then it slams your rating, and then you
then
know
you're done.
yeah, then it's not good. So that was made me a little nervous. Now I got this property, nobody wants to rent it because they said I'm a bad guy on the review. So
I know you got to
that's
do
what makes me
everything.
nervous.
I wanna ask you, with the long-term rentals, I can say definitely out here in DFW, and I'm an East Coast guy at heart, right? Grew up in New Jersey, northern New Jersey. The renters are probably the most important. So sometimes people will rush people in so that they can get it occupied, but that can be a big mistake, especially with how things can go, right? And you've had now so many tenants. You mentioned an 11 unit, duplexes, triplexes, so on and so forth. What's been your key to finding good tenants?
Well, a little backstory. When I first got that first duplex that I bought, if you showed up with the cash for the rent and the first month deposit, I just let you in, man. All of a sudden you have $1,000 cash in your hand. That's kind of nice, right? Now you could walk up to me today with $1,000 cash and 3 months of rent, and you're not getting until I run a background check and all that jazz. I've got an online application that they can fill out and submit. We call references. We do a background check. We do the whole 9 yards.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
But yeah, at the very beginning, it was probably really dumb looking back at it. And it's crazy. People hand you cash and don't even want a receipt,
I
which I
know.
find amazing. But
What's the climate out there like for rentals? I mean, is the eviction process quicker, or is it a very long drawn out process if you have to go down that route?
it's not horrible. You got a notice to quit like everything else, and then you got I've done two in 20 years. I just used a lawyer. We post a notice. Sheriff gives them the letter. Then they got to set up a day. So it takes anywhere from, I'd say it's 45 to 90 days. Usually it's not quite that bad, but just depends. If the court system's really busy with other stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. I was talking with a real estate attorney in Seattle, and we were talking about Seattle, Washington, right? Real estate pricing out there and why is it so expensive? And he's like, well, one of the reasons why rents and everything is so expensive is because investors have to be prepared that if they have to evict somebody, it's going to take maybe a year, right? So might not be receiving rents for a very long period of time. And that's why the rents are so high. But Nebraska is an interesting area, right? Because we were talking about, the average price of the homes out there and how people maybe from other areas might be looking at some other areas of the country. I'm in Texas. We got a lot of investors in Texas, Florida, right? I just had a guest from North Carolina, and I've had guests from Virginia Beach. And so a lot of people may be going to these areas. I wouldn't be shocked if already we're going to start to see more people investing from out of state in Nebraska, right? Especially with those prices, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's affordable, but it's all relative too. And places, the rents you might get, I'm going to say $2,200 for a really nice house or whatever in Phoenix or Dallas or wherever, but you may only get 14 or 15 or 1,600 here. So it's relative, based on the purchase price too and the market. There's a correlation there, and sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. Just depends on the situation.
I want to pivot a bit here and talk golf because I'm not a golf guy. I've tried it. It's a very difficult sport. You're a lifelong golf guy. Um, and I believe you're also involved in coaching. Is that right?
Correct. I've been coaching the high school team for about 20 years.
Very difficult sport. I grew up playing tennis, which is up there as far as mentally exhausting, tricky sports. And we were talking a little bit beforehand. I was saying, well, everyone is no longer playing tennis and they're moving to pickleball. What's the reception like for golf? Is there a lot of young people taking up golf, you think?
Seems to be COVID really was a game changer for golf. I mean, people couldn't go anywhere. You can go outside, do things. That seemed to help the whole golfing industry as a whole. I think you'd find that in most markets. We seem to, in our area at least, we have quite a few, younger people playing. And it's a wide array of everybody if you think about the local membership and that kind of thing. But there are definitely more younger people playing than there used to be.
It's a tough sport. Oh my, it's one of these, and I'd say the same thing about tennis. It's like you can't take 6 months off from these sports and then just go back in, and unless you've played your whole life. It's a brutal sport. It's not forgiving. It's you against you, right? And Top Golf is what everyone goes to play. What's your opinion of? I know a lot of golf guys don't like Top Golf. I love Top Golf, but what's your opinion of Top Golf?
Oh, it's fine. It's fun. I do it once. I've done it a few times, but I mean, it's not real golf, but you go with your buddies or whatever and have a good time. It's awesome. I don't have any problem with that. But the thing I like about golf, it's me against the course, and if I make a bad shot or bad decision, make whatever, I can't blame anybody else but me, and so I kind of like that. It's rewarding and I enjoy it, and I'm semi decent at it, so it's fun. I enjoy it.
Favorite golfer, or maybe top or favorite golfers to watch?
Boy, anymore I don't watch a whole lot of it anymore. I I used to love Greg Norman back in the day. I grew up with him. Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods. Some of those guys are more my age.
Yeah.
Newer guys. Scotty Scheffler's pretty good if anybody likes golf. He's in Rory. Watch a little of the majors, but I don't spend a ton of time watching golf anymore. But it's
It's
fun what I do.
it's one of those things you got to be. I have so much admiration for golfers because I know how difficult it is to be involved in golf. I think there may be some similarities there if we really look at it between the real estate game and golf. Definitely a lot of land, right? You need a lot of land for both.
For sure.
Um, but John, we are coming up on time here. Where can folks go if they'd maybe like to reach out to you, or if they're interested in learning a little bit more about your business?
Yeah, I've got a website. It's deerfieldholdingsllc.com. I've also feel free to give me a call if you'd like to connect and maybe work on some larger projects or just get to know someone. You can call me direct. It's 402-469-7262. I get a lot of calls, so I may not answer. If you just leave a message, I would be more than happy to call you back. But I do get a lot of spam calls too. But yeah, that's the best way to do it. I am Deerfield Holdings is on Instagram and Facebook as well. I'm kind of an old dog trying to learn the social media trick, and takes a little bit of going, but I'm getting a little better at it.
John, thank you so much for coming on the show here today, and look forward to seeing some more deals up there in Nebraska, right?
Absolutely, I appreciate you having me on. Been very very good time talking to you, and I enjoy that. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.